Greetings, Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This is your Western forecast for June 2024. We're having a big lineup in Gemini, an air sign, very compatible with Aquarius, an air sign. And in Gemini, it's 5 signs past Aquarius. So the 5th house sector of the chart is really emphasized. The 5th house is fun and games and romance and sports, having babies. The other big theme is the 6th house, because these planets in Gemini in the 5th house, by the middle of the month, will leave Gemini, move to the next sign of Cancer, going into the next sign, the next house, which is the 6th house of work and self-improvement and body maintenance. So, before I break all this down, if you enjoy these types of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find direct links to book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer. Now, where the sun is shining is where your attention, your priorities in general are more directed. The sun's in Gemini at the last week of May through the first 3 weeks of every June. Now, some years, the sun shining in the 5th house will be the dominant theme. But if there's other planets that could be bringing another emphasis, then the 5th house would be more in the background. This year, not only is the sun shining in the 5th, Mercury, the planet of curiosity, communications, information, will be in Gemini the first 2 weeks of June. That's all you're thinking about. Mercury with the 5th house could be very playful, bringing out your inner child, wanting to learn how to play certain sports and games because Mercury is all that learning. Venus will be in Gemini from the last week of May through the first 2 weeks of June. Venus is what we desire. It's cooperative, it's harmonious. But Venus in the 5th house of children and romance, it's also the 5th house of creative expression. And Venus is not only just about love and romance, but Venus is also the planet of creativity and beauty. And with that for that last week of May, the first 2 weeks of June, there could be this desire, Venus, for romance. If you're an artist, you're being really pulled to create and express yourself. But the big theme here is Jupiter. Jupiter is going into Gemini the last week of May 2024 for 1 year to the first week of June 2025. Jupiter's in Gemini once every 12 years. Jupiter's abundance, its growth, its opportunity, brings protection. In that Jupiter will be in the 5th house and in harmony with Aquarius. Now, one of the things the 5th house can be dealing with is speculation or gambling or investing. And the Jupiter can bring in luck and prosperity. This could be a lucky time for those 12 months, not every day, because you got to look at all the other planets. But this could be a lucky time in gambling, certainly with investing. Now, those Gemini planets will leave in the middle of the month and go into Cancer. And Cancer is 6 signs past Aquarius. The sixth sector brings your attention on work, but also self-improvement. First thing I think about is with all that fifth house, and Jupiter really expands it, and not only for the month of June, but for 12 months. So there's all that pleasure and vacations and parties and enjoying life. That's that expansive Jupiter in the fifth house. So when the planets in the middle of the month start shifting into the sixth house of work, and for many of you, it's like, okay, we got to get back to work. We had an incredible vacation, or we spent way too much money on concerts or sports events, and we got to get back to work. Or maybe you've been having such a good time that you just your work has been piling up, and you got to get back to your work task. So the Mercury is all you can think about and discuss and plan. Well, that's in the sixth house of work from the middle of June. Venus is all this more compromising. Now, Venus in the sixth house. Couple of things, because we're talking about work, we're talking about body maintenance. With body maintenance, there could be a strong desire to look more attractive, whether this is any kind of cosmetic treatment or just having a makeover. When it comes to work, Venus, if you're looking for a job, the Venus brings in that power of attraction. But for most of us that are working on whether our own business or having to work for a company, Venus is very harmonious. And when it's in the sixth house, there's more camaraderie with coworkers. Or you could be or you're getting a new job and you're really liking the people, or a new employee is hired and maybe there's an infatuation, or maybe you're just really liking this new person. Now, Mars was in Aries every 2 years from May the 1st, so I talked about it last month's video, till June the 8th. And Aries, Mars is in Aries, is 3 signs past Aquarius. The third house can have a lot to do with learning and selling, lots of communications. But Mars, warrior, aggressive, assertive Mars, goes into Taurus June the 8th through July the 20th. And Taurus is 4 signs past Aquarius. So the fourth house sector is home, family, and real estate. The Mars can be very favorable for remodeling, repairs, construction in the home. But you might also be feeling with Mars irritable. There might be tensions, frustrations going on in the home with family members or anything that deals in your home life. And if you're feeling any of this argumentativeness, with Mars, you want to get it out of the body, and through doing physical exercise. And if you're fortunate enough to have land, it would be with Mars, you can really release a lot of pent-up, stressed energies through yard work, through gardening, or building. Now, the new moon is at 16 Gemini on June the 6th. There's 30 degrees in every sign. Venus, planet of love and harmony and beauty, on the day of the new moon will be at 16 degrees of Gemini. The new moon holds our intention to the next new moon 4 weeks later. If Venus wasn't aspected by any other planet, then it would be pure Venus, pure pleasure, harmony, romance. But the Venus is in a hard angle with Saturn, taskmaster, maturing Saturn. So that Venus-Saturn for these next 4 weeks could be testing relationships, as the Venus is in the 5th house of romance. But the 5th house could also be dealing with children, and you could be struggling or worried about disciplinary actions with children, or worried that you're not conceiving, because that Saturn can bring in all those delays, frustrations, and worries. The 5th house deals with gambling and investing. The Jupiter is going to bring in more luck than usual over the next 12 months. But with the new moon in the 5th house of gambling, but with the strong desire of Venus being contracted by Saturn, I would say from the new moon in Gemini, June the 6th, till about July the 5th, July the 4th, the next new moon, got to be a little bit more cautious about gambling, about investments. The full moon 2 weeks later is in Capricorn. And Capricorn is in the last sector of the chart called the 12th house. I like to say it's that shadowy area where we hold secrets, or things are going on that we don't know about. It's also the sector of denial. That full moon is going to, around the 21st, maybe the 20th to the 22nd, 23rd, could be bringing a lot of things that's been hidden or you've been in denial about, or there's some secrets that you didn't know about, could all be awakening. But there's some harmonious energies, because negotiating Mercury, information Mercury, is opposite the full moon, and Venus, harmonious Venus, is aligned with Mercury, opposite the full moon. And so any kind of fears and worries, that's the 12th house, about your work, because the Mercury Venus is in the 6th house. Whatever you've been worried about is you get more insight, more clarity, and it's positive with the Mercury Venus. So whatever you've been worried about, you don't have to worry about it anymore. This could also be bringing up health issues. 6th house is work. It also deals with working on your body. And with the and all coming to a head that 3rd week, but with the Mercury Venus, this could be wanting to beautify and look more attractive. The Venus, the Mercury is doing your due diligence to finding the right treatment, learning all about it. So you start feeling better health-wise, or even being more attractive. Now, I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.